Hey, what is going on YouTube? Aaron here. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. It is patch notes day. You guys know what that means. We spill all the dirty details of the patch notes in a very brief version. I know some people like to spend 20 minutes reading them, but anyway, training rooms are here, guys. I'm very excited for that. Maybe not as excited as I once would have been 2.5 to 3 years ago, but regardless, they are here. Thank you, development team. Regardless of how long it took, I'm just glad they're here. On Monday, we will be doing so much in training rooms. And honestly, for the next 2.5 to 3 weeks, partly in being there's not that many ships to review this update, I know that the development team probably took a long time to finish the training rooms or the training mode they have listed here. So there's probably not a few ships, but we will go over these patch notes. And yeah, I'm not too excited for this update, but training rooms makes it worth it. So let's dive right in. Here they talk about the training mode, where we're going to create our own lobbies. As I mentioned in a different video, the Battle of the Denmark Strait is going to be one of my first ones, and there's a ship actually in this update which will kind of help contribute to that, so stay tuned. Anniversary celebrations, we've got the Olag A. uh, the Olag is one of the coveted tier 2 battleships or cruisers, I guess. I think it's a battleship, but it's listed as a cruiser because no battleships are beyond tier 3. But it is one of those ships that's just meme worthy at tier 2. But we will have potentially an Olag Fest in training rooms now that they're here. I'm super excited for training rooms. I'm going to be honest, but I'm not overly excited for this update just because there's no. Speaking of the birthday bureau here, there's no bureau ship. I don't know what Wargaming is doing. Maybe they're following the conspiracy theory that I threw out in one of my most recent, clickbait videos about training rooms. Is if you look at the tier 9 ships on PC, which have recently been our tier 8s for the most part, they're running out of them. So we do get the Giuseppe Verdi here for the tier 8 campaign, but they don't have that many more tier 9s to turn into tier 8. So maybe they will do what they did with the Petro and make that a tier 8. But my suspicion, and this is a long shot, there's no inside information or whatever you want to call it, but I think they're going to be taking legendary ships and making them into the campaigns. It makes the most sense, right? It's going to draw a lot more of the player base. And I know some people are going to be like, wow, that's just more bad players at legendary tier. And I actually used to think that way as well. But honestly, guys, I don't care at this point. I just want legendary ships in the game. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, I'm very excited for training rooms, but we need legendary ships. I don't know what's taking so long. We're 4 years into the game and we have like 1/5 of the total ships in the game. Maybe they're trying to draw this out. I don't know. But anyway, we have this birthday bureau project. No other bureau ships, though. We have the Quadrans, which is for the 4th of July. So you will get yet another currency. Maybe you can turn Elite XP into Global XP into research points. I don't know. There's so many currencies in this game, which is fine. Wargaming is a business, but if I'm a new player looking at this game, there's just so much to learn and do, and no wonder people sail with their Shimas with no clue. But anyway, we have a treasure hunt as well. The ultimate crates look inside, so a lot of my whales, Mr. Ghetto and Haruka and all the people in my fleet, make sure you guys check up on these. So no, I'm just kidding. Don't whale excessively. I like how they release fleets, and there was not really that many great crates to drop. But here, now is your time. Looks like we've got Black Friday, Lunar New Year, Golden Week. We have Halloween, so you can get Einstein and the other commanders from Halloween. And Super Santa. So they actually have the best crates. The Super Santa and the Black Friday are some of the best crates in my opinion. If you are going to spend money, I know there are some people that watch my videos that, like, if anybody spends money on this game, they break down and start crying. But if you're a consenting adult and you want to spend money on crates, the Black Friday and the Super Santa are the best bang for your buck. So let's read this disclaimer here. Please, you will only receive oil from obtaining the ultimate crate, not for the containers inside each. So it looks like there's an extra drop rate. Guys, this is just Wargaming trying to make money. We know that. I don't have a problem with it. Wargaming's a business. I support their business. I play their game. But I just want to make people aware of that. You're probably not going to open 2 of these and receive the most exclusive ships. So just so you're aware. Windrose and First Bonus, that is back. Not much to say about that. Birthday Port, I do like this port, especially the music. I don't know why. It just brings back a lot of nostalgia. So I'll probably be running that port for this update. The Dies Irae campaign, the Giuseppe Verdi, we've already gone over that. It looks to have sonar and or I'm sorry, sonar or radar. So you cannot switch that, but we'll see on Monday. Of course, I will be doing a first look video and review. Rank battles are here. Azure Lane returns. New ships of the update. The Congress. We've already seen this ship in testing. It is basically a mini Alaska, as we've reviewed. 5 guns in the front, 2 in the back, 7 guns total. I don't know. Again, I'm trying to be like moderate to wargaming because they have given us training rooms, but I don't know what they're doing in terms of these ships. We didn't need this ship whatsoever. I will definitely play the ship and try to get a review. It looks half decent, but I just want I guess I just want legendary ships. I'm being selfish. Here though is a ship that will actually be a lot of fun, and I think this ship actually took part or was around definitely in the Battle of the Denmark Strait. The Tier 5 Repulse is one of the British, I think it's a battle cruiser or battleship. It's listed as a battleship here, but I think it was a battle cruiser in real life. One of my historians is going to tell me. But this ship, it looks awesome, and it's going to be at Tier 5, so hopefully it can balance out the Hyuga and the California at Tier 5, some of the, stronger ships at the tier. Refreshed menu, it looks cool. I don't know why they went to this. It looks more mobile friendly, if I'm being honest. But anyway, I like the background, but sometimes nostalgia or keeping it the way things were, it works better. But here is kind of a big part to this update. I said Arc Royal Nerf in the California video, but it had not happened yet. So here it is, the HE dive bombers. Basically, they're neutering the Arc Royal because it was so strong, which I don't necessarily have a problem with. And part of the reason is they're offering a doubloons refund for this. So put in a ticket if you don't want to have your Arc Royal anymore. But ships that are overpowered, like the Weimar and the Arc Royal, they need a nerf. But that being said, wargaming doesn't look. I don't know how to describe this. I made this analogy in the CC Discord earlier today when all the CCs were kind of just yelling at each other. We were all agreeing, which is funny, but I said that wargaming likes to, they would nerf the tortoise because he kept winning against the hare instead of looking at why the hare lost. Obviously, the tortoise and the hare analogy. The tortoise was just harder working and outplayed, I guess, the hare, despite the hare being, the clear favorite. And that is the same logic behind this Lepanto nerf. They're nerfing approximately 40% of the secondary effectiveness of the Lepanto. I don't know why. Yes, the Lepanto is very strong, and I hope the Giuseppe Verdi is very strong as well. But this game needs brawling battleships to mix in with all of the backlining useless sniping battleships. And there's nothing wrong with that. You guys have seen me play the Burgoyne and the Montana recently as those sniping battleships. But the game gets very boring when you eliminate one, complete style of play. And for example, the brawling battleship, that is the Lepanto. Now, could the Lepanto have used a nerf? I think so. But the absolute neutering that they are giving it is, I think, too much. And they did the same thing to the Des Moines, and then they buffed the Worcester and the Colbert. I know Wargaming knows what they're doing for the most part, but sometimes I just look at their decisions and I'm just like, guys, do you play the game? Now, of course, the Des Moines was such a strong ship at the time, but if you remember, the Des Moines was facing Tier 7 ships when it was first released. Since the addition of Tier 8, the Des Moines no longer faces a lot of those ships. So in a sense, the Des Moines was actually silently nerfed. I hate those words, silent nerf, secret nerf, because none of that is true. There's no reason that your Alabama or whatever ship you want to think of is not hitting the target. It's all random, right? As soon as you get over that fact and kind of move on and accept your own shortcomings, that is when you start to become a better player because you can kind of put all of that aside. But regardless of that, I just think the wargaming buff and nerf department, they just look at the spreadsheet. And yes, I know that the sacred spreadsheet tells us a lot of information, the Colbert winning percentage, etc. But if you were to play the game, you would see that the Colbert is such a strong ship, but it's also a very useless ship in terms of winning the game. So yeah, you can buff it all you want, but if you don't have a team that wants to win the game, the Colbert could be the Colbert could have a 1 second reload and it would still lose the game, right? Because it's just not the type of ship that wins games. But that being said, there's a few other bug fixes here, mobile, and then the other department. So enough of me ranting about the balancing department. I want them to add broken ships at legendary tier, which we can figure out and balance later. But guys, these are the patch notes. I just finished on stream here, celebrating what is 8K subscribers. So I have to give you guys a huge shout out. I really appreciate you guys. I remember starting this channel during COVID, literally recording my games off of a mobile hotspot in 720 off of Twitch. So to make it this far, I truly can't believe it. I owe it all to you guys. But enough of me being an Oprah type case here. This is the update. I will probably release a video later today just because this update is pretty boring in my opinion. But the good news is we have training rooms. I am very thankful for that. So, but that is the video, guys. I've blabbered on enough here, I guess, probably already. So, you guys have a great day. Let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for this? Obviously, I'm excited for training rooms. Like I said, be there, be at my stream, trust me, on Monday and Tuesday, probably during the day. We'll probably be doing a lot in terms of these custom battles. So, but those are the patch notes. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. AA run out. Peace.